This is how to perform the kettlebell get-up. It's quite a complex exercise. We're going to take it through step by step, and I suggest you practice without a kettlebell first to make sure you get the movement, make sure you have a sufficient hip mobility and core strength to do it, and then you can think about using a kettlebell. So we're going to pretend first of all that I'm going to be using my right arm. So I'm going to start lying down. I'm using my right arm, so I'm going to pretend I have a kettlebell in this hand, which means keeping the wrist perfectly straight. If I'm using my right arm, the right leg will be bent with the foot flat on the floor. From this position, making sure that my arm stays vertical the whole time, I'm going to roll slightly onto the left-hand side and come up onto my elbow and then onto my hand. So I'm now in a seated position. You'll notice that my arm is still pointing up to the ceiling. There should be no drop out to the side. My arm is still pointing up to the ceiling. From here, I'm going to lift my hips up to create room to take my leg through. Put the knee down first. I'm then going to straighten myself into a lunge position. And once I'm ready, I can stand up into that full get-up position. On the way back down, maintaining eye contact with the kettlebell at all times. I'm going to step back, control down to the floor, put the hand down again, lift the hips and bring that leg through, and then control down to the floor. Okay, so run through that again. Eyes on the kettlebell at all times, the arm is perfectly straight. We're going to start with this leg bent and the foot flat on the floor. Going to roll slightly to the side, elbow onto the floor, followed by the hand. Once I'm in that seated position, I can lift the hips and bring the leg through. I then need to straighten myself up first, so I'm in a lunge position, and up we go. So I end up in that overhead position. Reverse the movement by taking that leg back, knee to the floor. I'm going to feel for the floor without looking for it, I'm still looking at my kettlebell. Bring the leg through and control down. So just so you can see it using the kettlebell, always going to start with the kettlebell very close to my shoulder. I'm going to pull it onto the shoulder. The arm goes straight up. So now at this point, my eye contact stays on the kettlebell at all times. This leg is bent, up to seated, through into kneeling, straighten into the lunge, and up we go. All the time, this is nice and tight. Control down, feel for the floor, bring the leg through, and relax down. When you've done the reps you want to do, bring the kettlebell safely to your shoulder, roll off onto the floor, and then if you're going to carry on with the other arm, then simply take the kettlebell around your body and carry on. And that is how you perform the kettlebell get-up.